The multiplier effect, the wealth effect, and the marginal propensity to save and consume by Mirza and Safia. Oh, and this camera guy right here. Now, the multiplier effect is the amount by which a change in an injection or leakage causes total spending to change. It's the result of income being respent in the economy having second and successive round effects. Okay. Second round effects. These are the changes when firms, individuals, and governments respond to initial changes. If the leakages from the circular flow increase, then the multiplier effect will be smaller. For example, when the 2008 recession hit the UK, the savings ratio rose immediately, reducing the multiplier effect. Now, positive multiplier effect is the amount by which an increase in spending produces an increase in total spending in the economy, which is also known as aggregate demand. If the injections into the circular flow increase, then there will be a larger final change on total spending in the economy. The multiplier times the injection gives us the final change to spending. Okay, now the common question here: why is the multiplier important? Now, if there's a change in any of the injections or leakages, the total effect on the economy as a whole will be much greater than the original change. So the multiplier magnifies the impact of changes on the economy as a whole. The larger the multiplier, the greater the impact of any changes in injections or leakages.
Marginal propensity to consume and save. Marginal propensity to consume is the rate at which consumers increase demand with a rise in income. This is calculated by the amount they spend divided by the rise in income. The remainder is saved, and this is known as a marginal propensity to save. Both the marginal propensity to save and consume should add up to 1. An example of this is as follows. Say if a person's income rises by $2,000 and they choose to spend $1,500, the marginal propensity to consume would be 1,500 divided by 2,000, which is 0.75, and the marginal propensity to save would therefore be 0.25. So the factors that affect the MPC and MPS. Interest rates is a factor that affects MPC, as the higher the interest rates are, the less likely people are to consume goods because it's more expensive for them to take out loans. Household wealth is another factor. For example, a sustained fall in house prices might cause a decline in personal wealth and spending, as homeowners have less housing equity available to borrow. This is sometimes referred to as a negative wealth effect. Housing equity is the difference between the market value of your property and how much still has to be paid on the housing loan, i.e. a mortgage. Consumer confidence is another factor, as the higher confidence consumer has, the more likely they are to spend their money. And the distribution of income is basically how different people have different amount of wealth. Typically, those with higher incomes would have a lower MPC, and this is due to them being already able to pay for and satisfy their needs and wants, so the extra money is unlikely to be spent.
Wealth effects. The wealth effect is in relation to changes to aggregate demand due to changes in assets, which includes property, stocks, savings, and shares. There is a positive wealth effect between changes in financial wealth and consumer demand for goods and services. For example, when house prices are rising strongly, consumer confidence grows, and homeowners can also borrow some of the equity in their homes to finance major items of spending.
Wait. Thank you for listening.